All right. Hello, hello. Thank you so much for joining us today. I am Daisy Shane Goodwin, tuning in all the way from the North Shore of Kauai with a small little town of about 400 here on the North Shore. Today, I'm going to give you some information that has radically changed not only my life, not only my family's life, but a lot of other people who are joining this movement to learn more about how we can actually activate ourselves instead of supplementing, which is what we've done for a very long time with every kind of vitamin you can think of. I used to have a whole counter of them. We're also going to learn about how you can be ahead of the trend to actually win and create a wheel that will spin without you with leveraged income. Now, I'm going to share a little bit about my story, and then we're going to go into a great little slideshow that LifeVantage, our company, has attached that you can really get an idea of what we are talking about. Now, a little bit about myself. Was a pro athlete for many years. My husband and I had a great run at that. But unfortunately, it didn't matter how many world titles I'd won or how many waves that my husband had risked his life for to get the photo. When we were 35, we were deemed too old and had our income cut in half. You know, the economy was crashing in 2008 and we were, it didn't matter. It was just like any other job. And we were basically forced into what next? We decided we would put everything we had into a small business here on Kauai, thinking that if we had a cafe, we could make a little money, we could serve our community, and it would fill our souls. Well, if any of you have had a small business, you know that that is not the case. It's a real struggle at first, and we could never get ahead. We always got paid last. Our feet were nailed to the floor. It was a tricky time. And unfortunately, we had to close the doors, almost file for bankruptcy, and go straight into survival mode. Now, a lot of you have done this if you're not doing it right now, which is trading time for dollars. It is not easy. Especially here in Hawaii, we had just bought a house. Our mortgage was pretty high, and we couldn't even afford anything. In Hawaii, it's like $8 for a gallon of milk, and for us, it was really, really tricky time. I waitressed, I cleaned houses. My husband would work in the different construction jobs, but we never could get ahead. There was always too much month at the end of the money, and my health started to take a toll, my husband as well. And the worst part was we couldn't be present with our then when we had one child. Since then, we've had two more. Life has changed drastically. We are in a much better place. So I'm going to go ahead and explain a little bit about that and why this company, why these products, and how you can also do this. Now I'm going to share my screen and let you know a little bit about what we're doing here. Let me do this real quick. Okay, so this company, why I said yes was because it was publicly traded. LifeVantage started in 2003. We're going to go back and talk a little bit about that. But this company, what got my attention after a dear friend brought this information to me was he said, this is not like any network marketing company. And for me, I had been skeptical for years on network marketing. If you're like me, you think pyramid scheme, you think it's for someone that can't get a real job or someone that wants to force their friends into doing something so they can make money. I just always thought it sounded really shady. But when I started to unveil what these products were and how it became a network marketing company and why a company that's publicly traded can be at the forefront of something so big in preventative medicine, that it literally started a revolution with my yes and another person's yes and another person's yes. So before I go any farther, I have to let you know that we cannot say we can cure or mitigate any disease with these products. We also, I can't promise that you're going to make millions of dollars. Everyone's different, but this is my story. Now, what we're going to talk about today is 4 different components. We're going to talk about the products and the science, real science, peer-reviewed research science. We're going to talk about also the compensation plan for a little bit. We're going to talk about why the timing right now is so crucial. That is a huge thing when you are looking at a network marketing company. And now it's amazing. So many more people are finding out about network marketing. People are making money. But when I started 7 years ago, it was unheard of, really. There was the guys in the 80s that made a lot of money. But timing is everything. And we're also going to talk about the system. If you don't have a system in place, you will most likely not succeed. What I loved is I did not have to reinvent the wheel. So let's talk about the products and the science first. LifeVantage began in a lab with one single question. Is declining health something that we have to simply accept as part of getting older? Now, when I talk about declining health, I'm talking about disease. I'm talking about all things that happen as we get older. What they found, Elliott Crescent Award winner, Dr. Joe McCord, world-renowned scientist, his first discovery was that our genes contain incredible abilities to keep our bodies healthy. Now, as I explain this, I really want you to realize that our bodies are the miracle. These products are just basically flipping the switch to do what we did as kids, fight free radicals at an alarming rate to keep our health in check. Now, discovery 2 was decades later, we discovered a way to activate these abilities, like I just said. Now, in 2003, LifeVantage was formed. And to continue this research and share it with the world, they began to open up an investigative report, and this is what got my attention. Now, if you have a pen and a paper, I really want you to write this down. Biohackandactivate.com. This is where you can go and watch this ABC primetime. Now, when I first heard about this, my dear friend said, I know it's network marketing, but you have to watch this video. For me, I did not want anything to do with network marketing. I was a skeptic of all skeptics, but my husband watched the video. And what you're going to see here is these news broadcasters went in to debunk scientists for making claims that had never yet been medically possible. I'm going to get into that in a second. But what happens is it becomes one of the most powerful third-party validations a company has ever seen. Because instead of walking out with the folder on his face as this company's been exposed, they take a T-bar test, which measures the oxidative stress in your blood. And the man you see here, John Quinones, his oxidative stress had gone down dramatically, 45% in 2 weeks. And you'll see that when you watch this. Now, these guys were on the shelves. They were doing retail. And unfortunately, when this thing aired, 2 million orders went through. And unfortunately, they did not have the infrastructure to handle that demand. But here's the kicker. Is all these universities and all these different organizations saw that and wanted to do their own independent research. So you can see here the different universities and medical centers that had done it. So we switched from retail being on the shelves to the network marketing direct sales in 2009 when they hired someone and said, what do? We have a product that can change the way that people age and the way that we can do it gracefully. And they said, you have a story to tell. These products are changing people's lives, but they will not trust an infomercial, but they will trust their friend or their neighbor. So we took it off the shelves in 2009 and started our journey with network marketing. So then we began to use activation to address the leading theories of health decline, which is basically aging. Let me tell you a little bit about oxidative stress. Here's a visual. You can see all the different things that it affects. But for me, what I really like to show or say is that it's like an apple being cut in half and put on a counter. In a couple hours, it begins to turn brown. Now that's a fast forward motion of what happens as we age. But over 10, 20, 30, 40 years, our cells begin to turn brown. It's like the rusting of an engine. So like you see here, the body is constantly bombarded by oxidative stress. This onslaught of free radicals impacts cellular function. So pretty much it's the center of all disease. And you'll see that when you watch that ABC primetime. The solution is the body combats oxidative stress by producing antioxidants. And unfortunately, the body's production of antioxidants slows down over time, like I just said. So this is the funny thing, because you see what oxidative stress, what causes it. And a lot of us are already, health advocates. I don't drink alcohol all the time. I'm not a smoker. I don't put pollutants in my bodies. I don't eat GMOs, but I am on my phone, like all of us. I do rigorous exercise. I do get lazy inactivity and sit on the couch. So basically, this in a nutshell, oxidative stress is what we do daily. And this is why our products are so powerful. We have the only patented product that is proven to eliminate oxidative stress. So our first theory was we brought out Protandim, which basically opens up this NRF2 pathway. You can see that the input and the ingredients are all natural. I actually was taking all these before I found this, but what happens is an 1,800% more synergistic effect happens when these herbs are put together at a certain proportion that we have in our patented product. But here, as you can see, the benefits, it lowers oxidative stress, increases SOD by 30%, increases glutathione, which they're saying is one of the most important molecules that you have in your system. supports the body's natural ability to repair and rejuvenate its own cells, and produces enzymes capable of neutralizing more than 1 million free radicals. Do you see why this is crazy stuff? And it's a pill. So for me, I can't convince my dad to drink more water, go on a cleanse, stop eating his GMO foods or even his fast food, but he'll take a pill. And that's why when my journey started with this, my dad, who was my first guinea pig, got to the bottom of his bottle and wanted more. And not just for himself, but also for his entire work staff. Now, do you see how this could be a huge also business opportunity, which we're going to get into in a minute? So here we go. This is the one and done. You know, each antioxidant molecule from dietary sources can eliminate just 1 free radical. What we're doing with this is we are doing 1 to 1 million ratio, taking out 1 million free radicals with just 1 pill. Dietary antioxidants do not make an impact on oxidative stress. And that's the difference. Is Protandim Nerve2 Synergizer reduces the oxidative stress. I'm going to keep saying it because there's nothing else that can do that by an average of 40% in 30 days. Now, if you can, as you can see here, the body produces millions and millions of free radicals daily. And, you know, unfortunately, we can't eat 11 pounds of blueberries or 375 oranges. 120 to 120 vitamin C tablets daily. My son, who's 2, would love that. He wants to eat those like candy. And for some of us that like to drink wine, we could drink 87 glasses to get the same effect as 1 pill. But I want you to look at this right here. I want you to look at this graph. This is what got my attention in that ABC Primetime, is they couldn't distinguish an 80-year-old's blood from a 20-year-old's blood after being on our flagship product. And the best part are the testimonies that I hear every single day. After being involved in this for 7 years, I still hear and still get calls from people with tears in their eyes that can't believe how their health has changed. Now, over 25 peer-reviewed medical journals publications have been done since that ABC Primetime aired. Very, very, very big deal. Here's the different ones that have done that. But that's a big deal. You can't find that anywhere, especially with a natural product. So for me, this was important because I'm not a salesperson. I'm someone that can give information or basically be a bridge. And what has happened, not only with my team, but in this entire company, is this is bringing people that would never do network marketing into this industry. People that are veterinarians and doctors and scientists, people that are much smarter than me, that went to school for many years, are now able even to pay off their debt because they are able to build something that will outlive them. And here's some more of the Ohio State National Institute on Aging. And you can go on pubmed.gov. That's the second thing I want you to write down. National Institute of Health's website, pubmed.gov. And you can go and read all of this, which is great. And it's also on that Biohack and Activate website. But this is my favorite thing that I have found. Done by Washington State University, NRF2 is likely to be the most important health promoting approach in the foreseeable future. NRF2 may become the most extraordinary breakthrough in the history of health. And we get to be in front of that. So, so powerful. So the second theory that came out was about the mitochondrial decline. Now, the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell, and the body needs constant power to run. Now, these are responsible for producing the powers of our cells. Everything from the power to the beat of our hearts, the inflate of our lungs, even the way that we think. Every cell requires mitochondrial function. And guess what happens? Not rocket science. We've been talking about this whole presentation, but unfortunately, the body's production of mitochondria slows down as we age. So we became the first company to find a way to flip that switch. And as you can see, it's all natural, which is my favorite, but the benefits increase cellular aging while slowing cellular aging by supporting chromosome integrity. Big, big finds. It improves sleep quality and cellular repair. That was what I noticed immediately. You know, I was having a really hard time sleeping when I was back in the day, you know, in 2011, when I was really stressed out about the money and just not being able to be present with my kids and the fights with my husband. You know, money, unfortunately, is right up there with food, air, and water. And it was really taking a toll on my health. But I noticed that my mood was different. I was in a better mood. I was sleeping like a baby. I had more energy. And I can't say it was anything else other than taking these products. I love that it supports the brain health and cognitive functions, healthy circulatory and cardiovascular system. This is big stuff. Now, our third theory, and this is the product that we just came out with, raises your sirtuin level by 100%. Here's the issue. As the body runs, its cells create waste that can back up and slow the cell if not removed. Sirtuins are responsible for this removal. I like to think of them as like a trash truck. And it's responsible of a myriad of health benefits, from mental and physical energy to motivation, mood, cardiovascular health. I was just talking about that. Maintaining cholesterol levels, joint health, healthy DNA function, and a healthy inflammation response, and more. Do you see why this, it's not just me and my team, but why this company is growing and growing and growing? Who would not want to have a better mood? Who would not want to have more physical energy? These are very, very, very huge, crucial pillars in health, is the way that I've seen it over the last 7 years for me and my family. Now, the body is constantly activating sirtuin and production of additional sirtuins, but as we know, as we age, it slows down. So yeah, we need help here. We came up with NAD, supports health longevity, improves mental focus and concentration, mood and motivation, physical energy, gives you everything that you want in a day, basically. And what I love about this company is we make it easy for people. We have it's Protandim Tri-Synergizer. I love the packets. I can just give it to my husband and I know he's going to take it if I have that empty wrapper by the end of the day when he's doing his laundry. People that wouldn't take pills, if you forgot to take them, these are different. I don't go to buy lunch. I do not have one of these in my system because they have changed my life so drastically. Now let's talk science for a second. Now here is what happens when you have the NRF2 on the left or the NRF1 synergizer only. As you can see, it's great to have this kind of increase with your metabolic genes, mitochondrial biogenesis, and antioxidants, detoxification. But here's the kicker, watch this. When you put these three together, look what happens. 838% more effective. This one's 226% more effective in central enzymes and NAD synthesis. This is big. So here's the product pillars for our company. We have the activation, and I really wanted to focus on this today because this is what I hear over and over and over and over again from people who get on these products, of how they will never stop taking these and they just can't believe what it's done and helped for their life and their health. 87% retention rate we have in this company of people that come back and want more. Now let me talk a little bit about the different products because I love them all. My family takes them all. The Axio has been huge in my family. Removes the brain fog, gives you laser focus. It's basically an energy drink without the sugar. It's it's part of our everyday. Even my kids love it. The ProBio is great because it's time released to actually go down into the small intestine before it's released to give you optimal gut health. The Omega is great. What I love about the fish oil, there's a lot out there, but you can actually trace your bottle's lot number to the boat that it was caught in Norway. I mean, big, big stuff. The physique weight management has great, great results for people. The True Science and the hair care I love because they have that same NRF2 technology. And, the True Science has changed my skin forever. I used to get the black, brown patches from whenever I had a pregnancy, and it has completely removed them because it goes down to that fourth level and actually repairs your skin instead of filling it with what retinols and things like that do. And then I can't say enough about the Pet Tandem for dogs. I was a skeptic of all skeptics, as we said. But when I gave it to the dog down the road that had hair loss and a googly eye and limping, and even after my husband and my father-in-law said these products are changing my life, I watched that dog in 28 days start running up and down the road, his hair growing back, acting like a puppy. And I knew that dogs don't know the placebo effect. And that is what basically started my whole journey with this company, is because of the Pet Tandem. That's what got me on the product to help me and entire team of, over 14,000 people. So here's how you get started. Now, what I want to remind you is that there's no artificial flavors or colors, no GMO, no sweeteners. It's a big deal to be able to be behind a company that has so much integrity. We're also steering the ship towards more sustainability, which is very important in the future of our planet and its well-being. But here's the different ways to get started. Now, when I came in on the Gold Pack. Basically, you're paying to get the product. You're paying to understand them, use them, feel them, touch them, so that when you do talk about them or get people in front of the information, you know that you are in love with these integral products. I started with the gold pack and then upgraded, realizing that this is a follow the leader business. People are going to do what you do. So what I love is that you get a bunch of savings and that you get a bunch of products so that you can really wrap your head around what you're doing. What I also love is that you don't have to do, you're not a store, your store is right on your computer. You can send people your link to your back office and get them signed up. The different stacks are in there. We also have an app with a cart that you can share. It's very easy, which is great in a world like today where things are really complex. Let's talk a little bit about the compensation. Now, in order to get with a good network marketing company, you want to make sure that you are winning on the front end and the back end. And what a lot of companies do is they give you a bunch of money up front, but on the back end, which is your wheel that you're learning how to spin, there's not much there. So what I love about this is you get paid daily now, not even weekly. We just had this launch yesterday where you get paid with a notification saying that you just made some money. So when you tell your neighbor about it, in 72 hours, you are going to get paid. That is very, very powerful, especially for me when I started, because I didn't have the money to put gas into our truck that we were sharing. I didn't have the money to buy organic groceries. We were coupon cutting. I mean, that was how tight it was. And the funny thing is, it's not funny, but it's the truth. So many people are going through that right as we speak. So many people are looking for a way to make money quick. And I love this company because it helps you make money right away. There's also launching bonuses. And on the back end, and this is so important, you want to build something that's going to outlive you, that you can pass on. And more importantly, that when your well is dry, like a lot of people are going through right now, you have another well that is filled with water. So when I was put on bed rest at month, what was that, month 4 with our third child, told that I could only use the bathroom because that's how severe that I had to be on my back to keep the baby in. We got a check every single week, a big check. And then on the month, that was the magic that happened, was the amazing check that comes in every time. Now, when I talk about unilevel commissions, I really want you to understand that you're able to have an organizational volume and make a little bit out of all of it. There's something called a generational matching bonus that is incredible as well. And how that works is, you sign up your neighbor signs up his doctor signs up his best friend, cousin, and sister. You're going to make 10% of your neighbor's income. Now, that is not normal. That's not normal in the corporate world or even the waitressing world. I didn't get 10% of the people that I trained to become a waitress. And I'm sure that's not how it is at your work either. But it doesn't stop there. You're going to get 5% of the doctors, 5% of his, whoever that was, and then 5% is far wide and 5 levels deep. Now, that is huge because it teaches you to not sign someone up and say, see you later. We become a team, we become an Ohana, and we rise together. I love the way that this company wrote this compensation plan. And then the elite pools are everything. This still has me falling off my chair every month on the 15th when I get our bonus. When you hit the elite ranks, a Pro 7, a Pro 10, you're going to global profit share in everything sold. So as a Pro 7, you're going to share in 1%. As a Pro 8, you're going to share in 2%. Pro 9, share in 3%. And Pro 10, share in 4% of everything sold. Big. We're talking big. Now let's talk about how you get into profit mode once you start. You need to have a personal volume coming in. You can see these are the different fast start bonuses. But what I want to focus on is those of you that own a small business or that are thinking about it. Think of your overhead. Now, since I started, my husband has opened 2 small businesses in our little town of Hanalei, and our overhead every month is over $20,000 that we have to pay for rent, electricity, products, employees, health insurance. But what I loved about this is that for $200 a month, which is basically my family taking the products, I was able to build a global business that's bringing in 5 figures a month. Now, what I also love is that this company lets you offset it with other customers. So in the beginning, we could barely afford our 1 bottle of Pro Tandem that we shared. I mean, that's how tight it was. But I could offset it and still get my commissions by other customers that I bring in, which is very great. Now, here's a little diagram of how you can make your money pretty quick back. If you sign up 3 people, you'll basically make your money back no matter what pack you do. Of course, I always try to really sell people on the fact that the platinum pack is the best way to go, because you have skin in the game. It's more likely that you are going to jump on the training calls, that you are going to take it seriously, that you are going to be coachable and consistent. But as you see, you can make your money back really quickly. Here's another way. Say you bring in just some people on product, you're able to make money every day, which I love. Now, this is what I really want to focus on, because this is the perfect meld for anybody. Now, I didn't have a ton of time when I started this, and really it was 1 hour a day that I had. And my daughter napped, and I built this when I started. But I love that I could work from home or anywhere. I could do this on social media, where I just did a little bit on my story and people decided, wow, I would really want to try this product. I loved that I didn't have to be a hoarder with all this product. The virtual office, they do all of it for you. There's no inventory required. And we have a personal online store. So now, jump 7 years forward, where we're, in a totally different place financially because of the work we did years ago, and, that we continue to grow this team. We can go anywhere. Our dream is to be in Fiji in a little grass shack with internet and be able to build our entire business, connect with everybody around the world that's on our team. But that's possible with this. So now I'm going to talk about timing. Why now and why LifeVantage? Because hardly anybody knows about this. Have you heard of Protandim? Have you heard of the Tri-Synergizer? Have you heard of Axio? These are all incredible products that are literally going to change the way that people age. And most of the US and Canada have yet to discover LifeVantage. As you see, wellness is a gigantic industry, multi-trillion-dollar industry, and we are at the forefront of it. And this is big for you science buffs out there. But there are over 220,000 studies published on oxidative stress and growing. 1,800 studies per month are coming out, basically relating oxidative stress to any disease that you can think of. Let me see here. Why is it not going? Come on. Here, this is great. This is just a little update of why this company. Now we have the most amazing CEO named the DSA Board of Directors. We are constantly opening countries. We opened Spain. We were honored the best places to work for the 3rd year in a row. We added Ireland back in May. We added Aaron Brockovich. Aaron Brockovich is on our board of directors. You can see why people are taking a turn and noticing why this company. Now, we won an Stevie Award for the 2019 American Business Award in May. We opened Belgium. We also were added to the Russell 3000 Index. We had our 10-year anniversary in Kansas City, which was incredible. We're growing every year. As you can see, our 4th fiscal year in 2019, we had an increase of 11% and 22% of the high-end fiscal adjusted EPS guidance. This company is growing. It expands our NAD. That was a great launch. We had an amazing launch. We opened in New Zealand. Hello. That's where I got engaged to my husband. Here we got the introduced free shipping. Huge for our company and huge for our customers, that they don't have to pay, shipping. And here in Hawaii, it's astronomical how much we pay. So this was a big deal. And this to me is the true sign that we are on our way to breaking momentum. We closed the ringing bell on the NASDAQ in January. That is a very big deal. As you can see, we're on the cover on the side in Times Square. We are also the proud sponsor of Salt Lake City Real. And here's the different countries that we're opening and growing every day. Right now, we're about to open Singapore, which is so exciting. And we're babies. So that's why this timing is everything. I love that we are always giving back. We go to Mexico as a company and rebuild houses for those that want to participate every new year. And then this is what I want to focus on before we're done. Because we're publicly traded, you can see that middle bar is the average rank and the average pay that goes out. Now, honestly, when I started, I thought, gosh, $626 as a Pro 3, that's a big deal. But what happens is the person you tells the next person, and that next person tells the next person. And that is why this is such an incredible industry. If you can get with a company that has incredible integrity, publicly traded, peer-reviewed research. So Pro 3 happened actually pretty quick for me, to be honest, and for a lot of other people on my team in the first few months. And then I realized I better dream bigger, because Pro 5 is where my life began to change. when I was able to move back into our house instead of living with my in-laws. What would $3,000 look like to you coming in every month? Doesn't mean that you need to quit your job yet, but it might be that. It might be so you could fire your boss and become, a stay-at-home parent. And then Pro 7. This is where you start to global profit share. This is big. As a Pro 7, my life and a few others have changed drastically. We're global profit sharing. And what I really want you to focus on is that you have an opportunity here to dream bigger, to give yourself a 2 to 5 year retirement plan. This is not a get rich quick thing. It's a get rich slow thing, which is a lot better than what we're doing, which is get rich never. Trading time for dollars doesn't get you anywhere, but working till the day you die. And this is an opportunity to build something on the side that starts to spin without you. So can I do this? Just know that you have a 24/7 support system, an easy to follow system with a 1, 2, 3 punch. You learn about skill set, mindset, leadership skills. There's regular corporate events and trainings. I plugged into those right away. I was so coachable because I wanted this to work. There's incentives to keep you motivated. And there's also a private support community, which is your team, which is your Ohana. We're called Team Global Aloha. And we take you in and we help you every step of the way. So there's 3 different kinds of people that are out there right now. There's some that need more information, which is great. Get with the person that invited you. We can go over whatever questions you had. I had a million. There's some of you that want to become a customer right away. This is a really good idea. You'll start to feel better right away. And then there's those of you that want to join the team, which is also a great place to start. Just know that the journey of 1,000 miles begins with 1 step. And I'm so grateful that I took this step years ago to do this. So get with the person that invited you. Let them know how you want to move forward. I'm so grateful that we had time today to chat and to share. And you're definitely going to have people that are going to want to know more information. So we're here for you. Okay. Thank you so much, you guys. Take care. Talk to you soon. Bye.